Hello everybody, I'm Storm here, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program 2, the sequel to the acclaimed and much loved Kerbal Space Program, one of my favorite games of all time, which I have done a series of on the channel. You can go back and look for it if you like. So this sequel was announced, when was that? Back in E3 of 2019 with a slated 2020 release, and that didn't happen. For a lot of different reasons, which I really won't go into, but here we are. It's February 2023. We're finally getting our hands on the early access version of the game. Right now, there really isn't a lot here, so I'm not exactly sure what or how long this series or how many episodes they're going to do here. You know, as long as, you know, I think there's still stuff to do, we'll keep rolling. But right now, it's basically just sandbox. There's no science, there's no career mode progression, there's none of the new features, none of the colony building, none of the interstellar travel, no multiplayer, none of that. That's all coming later. When? Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But for now, we're going to jump in and take a look at what we got for now, and give it a whirl and see what shenanigans we can get up to. So, let's go ahead and start up. This is literally the first time I've launched the game since it was released yesterday. So, I have no idea what to expect in here. I haven't even done any of the tutorials, nothing. And I don't plan to. I mean, I played hundreds of hours of the original Kerbal Space Program. How hard can it be? Famous last words. Alright, well, let me get this set up, and then I will be back. Okay. I should be good to go. Our agency is going to be called StormX, for obvious reasons. That's my flag, my colors. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Oh, what's this?
Your new space program, leaping forward into the cosmos. Since the dawn of Kerbal kind, we have looked to the sky and wondered what sublime mysteries lie hidden in the darkness, like jewels never beheld. These untold treasures may soon reveal themselves due to the efforts of recently founded Kerbal Space Program.
Oh my! I think that might have been the only copy of the orientation film. Hold on! Slides, somewhere. Welcome to your first day running the Kerbal Space Program. This campus hosts the greatest ever gathering of astronomers, astronauts, and engineers. After years of focused effort, this collection of geniuses has created several very impressive buildings. We believe we have all the necessary pieces to take our first steps off the ground. The best way to advance our technologies further is to get up there and learn by doing. All we need now is somebody to show us how to put all these parts together. Well, we also need somebody to help us out with the flying. We need a lot of help, actually. That's why you're here. My name is Paige, by the way. If you need any hints, feel free to visit me over at the training center. Everything in there is well padded, so it's a great place to get up and running. Welcome aboard!
Alright. Nice little intro there. Alright. No, I think we are ready to just basically jump straight in. Alright. Vehicle assembly building. Yep, we can... Okay, I think to start with, let's go ahead and, It looks like there's not a lot in here. Yeah, okay. Man pod, we'll just go with the small one. The tin can, Mark 1. And what I usually do... Oh, that's a little too small. There we go. Stack decoupler. Let's get... Let's see. Payloads. What I'm looking for are... solid rocket boosters. An SRB. There we are. Solid fuel boosters. The RT-5 Flea. Now, do the controls basically work the same? It seems that they do. Now, all these parts should be procedurally customizable, which is really cool. But that's good for now. Right? This is... Oh. Parachutes. Oh, that's radial. Radial mount parachute. There we go. Nose cone mounted parachute. Now, where do I see who is crewing this particular vehicle? Workspace orientation. I see. Symmetry mode, snap mode, rotate and translate, assembly anchor, launch assembly. Color manager. Engineer's report. Thrust to weight, 6.28. Yeah, that's going to fly off the pad. Total mass, 2.64 tons. Dry mass, parts, height, weight. Parts manager. Work enabled. Okay. And that's where I'm going to control what is in everything. Now, what it doesn't show me is Action Group Manager, Kerbal Manager. Ah! Bill is on board. That's fine. Here's our staging. Ooh, I do not want my parachute to be on my same stage as my stack decoupler. Always check your staging. The vehicle is named Fly Safe. We'll just call this the Dart for now. Stabilizer, aircraft stabilizer, reaction wheels. Nah, we don't need any of that. We should have a reaction wheel on the pod. All right, let's put it on the pad. All right, so this is the new interface. Time acceleration. All right. Stage. That's a parts manager. Flight report. I wonder if does this list my delta V, 695 meters per second of delta V? Maybe. We're just gonna go straight up and come back down. And let's do it. They've added this little countdown sequence. And we are out of gas. That was fast. Altitude, 8,000 meters. 9,000 meters. I'm going to hold on to that. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can steer us a little bit. There's a nice view of the new Kerbal Space Center. The 4 launch pads, the 2 runways. Some other pads over here. Helipads, maybe? And a dock for water vehicles, because there are... Alright, we hit just over 16,000 meters. Alright, let's ditch that thing. Now, that turns SAS off. Okay. Very good. They kept most of the controls pretty much the same. Alright, we are actually slowing down. Nope, now we're speeding up again. Alright, deploy the parachute. And we can accelerate at this time, but, you know. Alright, and that should slow us down to somewhere around 6 meters per second. Alright, let's accelerate us to the ground, because that's going to take a little while. And we're landing right on the beach. All right. Now, do we just recover? Ah, there we go. Recover the vessel. Let's head back to the vehicle assembly building. All right. Now that we've had our first inaugural flight, let's see if we can put something in orbit. Because, you know, again, this is Sandbox. We have pretty much all of our options available to us that are currently in the game. Right. We're going to go with our gumball here. We're going to need to make sure that it has a parachute. Bingo. I don't think there's any kind of thermal system in the game yet, from what I was looking at, so we shouldn't really need a heat shield. Okay, so this is going to be MDs. The old 2.5 meter parts. Okay, but we'll still do it, just because, you know, we will eventually, so we might as well. Coupling. There we go. Now, we're going to need an upper stage, fuel tank, methalox, methane, monopropellant, xenon, hydrogen, and a fuel line. Okay. Methalox, I think, is probably what we want to do. Oh, no, 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 that's not what we want. What we need is like that. Or maybe more like that. Yeah, that's probably what we want for the upper stage. We're going to want a nice high vacuum ISP engine. These guys. There we go. And couplers, obviously. And then we're going to need big old fuel tank, which is most likely a procedural part, is it not? Maybe it's not. Doesn't look like the fuel tanks are procedural. Maybe that's one thing they can do, is add that in. But we'll see. Let's see. Max thrust. This is the mainsail. Okay. It says we have 40... I guess that's 4,900 meters per second at delta V. Which should be sufficient to get to orbit. But I don't want to use too much of that upper stage, because we need that for maneuvering in orbit. So... what we're going to do is... oh yeah, launch clamps. Right. Bring us down here. Alright. We need a radial decoupler. Aerodynamic decoupler. Interesting. Huh. I guess that's if you want to have a bomb. Let's see. These decouplers. Those decouplers. Probably just go with these. Three of them. Or do I want to go with 4? You know what? Let's go with 4. Why not? Go big or go home. Let's see. We would need... no, not those. Those? These. What are we dealing with in terms of max thrust? These are probably all we would need to really start with. And we'll want a nose cone. There we go. Classic design. And the launch clamps. Put them in there. Perfect. Let's see. Now, what we want to do is we want to release the clamps at the same time as we fire our engines. I want to then fire the mainsail. Engineer's report. Current thrust to weight is 1.153. Yeah, that's not enough. We're going to fire all engines at the start. Yes. Then decouple. Then decouple. And fire the engine. Then decouple. There. Yeah. Perfect. This is the Arrow 1. Oh, this is only 2,500 meters per second. At least maybe on that first stage. What we're going to want to do is we're going to be throttled down heavily on the main engine. Because 1.1 thrust to weight is not great. I mean, it'll be enough to get it moving, but... Let me say it's less than 1. Thrust to weight is 0. Okay, I think that's a bug. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Let's put it on the pad. And let's see what we got. Okay, there's the throttle. All right. Let's have it throttled down to... Oh. 50%. That's a Windows feature I need to turn off. Sticky keys. Hitting the shift button multiple times in a row. All right. Let's go. Oh, yeah. SRBs are burning good. Let's see if we can tilt over just a little bit. Start our gravity turn. Don't want to get too aggressive on the turn just yet. Oh, crap. Not enough ejection force on the decouplers. All right. Let's burn off our speed here a little bit. I mean, I could probably still make it to orbit with this thing, but no. Spin it up real quick and disconnect. Disable SAS. Let us just drift aerodynamically. Stage out the... Okay, so two options. One, choose a different radial decoupler. Or two, don't attempt to turn the vehicle over until the SRBs are burnt out. Alright. .9 meters per second on this chute with this pod. Oh, can I detach the heat shield? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Okay. I mean, I could always put a decoupler between the pod and the heat shield to allow us to jettison the heat shield. But I don't think that's necessary. And that's bobbing around really aggressively. Alright, recover the vessel. Confirm recovery. I don't know why we're going to the tracking station. Alright, let's go to the vehicle assembly building. Let's make an adjustment here. Okay. One thing, we'll lower that down. Alright. So... does it give me an ejection force? No, it does not list an ejection force for the radial decouplers. I don't know if there's any difference in ejection force for the radial decouplers at all. I guess that might be one thing that would have to get added or updated. Alright then. What we'll do is we'll launch the thing again. See, now it's showing the correct Delta V. So yeah, that's obviously a bug that needs to get fixed. Alright. Let's just change our launch profile and see if we can do this better. Okay. Throttle us down to 50% and go. Means we're going to have a pretty high angle trajectory. That should be okay. Maybe we can tilt over just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. SRB flame out. And ditch them. And we're clear. Throttle up. Alright, we want to start turning, but we don't want to get too aggressive. Oh, I'm a little off. Okay. Well. We just want to get the orbit. I don't need to get into a perfect orbit. Apoapsis is at 200,000 meters. Okay. Okay, yeah. Create a maneuver plan. So, our maneuver plan... is there. Okay. Do we know... No, hold on, hold. We don't want to lock to maneuver yet until we are out of the atmosphere. Now... Vessel resources. We have 2,700 meters per second. Do we know how much... Required delta V. There we go. Burn timer. Start burn in 3 minutes and 47 seconds. To require 1,100 delta V. We should have that. Do we know how much delta V is left in this booster? Almost none. Okay. 196 delta V. Alright then. That's basically done, so we'll go ahead and ditch that overboard. Alright, we have 2,500 meters per second of delta V. We need to make an 1,100 meters per second maneuver. Right. Engage the engines. Engines are engaged. Current. We need to start a maneuver in 178 kilometers. So yeah, we are definitely above the atmosphere. Let's go ahead and lock to our maneuver node. Warp to maneuver. Yeah, let's go ahead and warp to maneuver. $30 to burn. We got some oscillating going on here. That's interesting. Let's limit our gimbal. There we go. It occurs to me, I did not put any kind of, like, solar panels or anything like this on that. That should be okay. This is just to get to orbit and then get back down. That's the only, Alright, we're orbital. Perfect. And... done. We have 1,300 meters per second of delta V with to play around here in orbits. Yep, that should be my discarded. Yeah, delete that node. Okay, so yeah, that is our first stage that is gonna drop somewhere over there. And yeah, our orbit is just a little off kilter. I mean, we have enough delta V that I probably could do a Mun flyby. Which to do that, you would put a node right about there. That would eject me. Excuse me. Yeah, that would completely eject me from the Kerbal system. That's not exactly what I would want. What we would want is free return, probably. But you would need to come around the other side. To allow the moon to slow you down. What kind of delta V are we looking at? 754. Oh, right now, there's like no resource consumption, there's no life support. I'll only put Valentina in here. Okay. Start burn in 30 minutes. You know what? Let's do it. Locked my maneuver node, warp to the node. We start our burn in 40 seconds. All right, 5 seconds. We end our burn in 5 seconds. That's not exactly the trajectory I was looking for. Let's see. If we were to create a slight maneuver node here to slow us down a little bit. Well, actually, we would want to speed up by a tiny amount for a free return, right? Is that what we're looking for? And we would barely be in the moon system. We would be there, but it would be... Okay. Let's see how it handles this. So, we're going to do this flyby, right? And then, after we get out of here, we create a maneuver plan on that one. to bring us back. And what are we talking about? Yeah, we're talking about 400 meters per second. Yeah, 400 meters per second delta V. That would work. All right. All right, well, there's Kerbin. And the sun. There's the moon. The mun. Okay, we entered the moon sphere of influence. We're going to do a pretty nice flyby here. Coming in over the pole. Right on the terminus. All right. Now I need to exit the sphere of influence. And let's get set up on our maneuver. Warp to our node. I don't think this was timed correctly. Alright, we need to just burn off 400 meters per second at delta V. So we need to go down to a delta V of 193. We're close enough. More. There we go. All right. Let's get rid of the maneuver node. Because now we're going to kind of fly by the seat of the pants here. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to remove the node, not destroy the vehicle. Well, crap. Well, now I know what that does. Alright. We would have made it home. But don't click that button. I thought that was destroy the node. That was not destroy the node. That was destroy the vehicle. Oh. Alright, well. I think that's probably good for a first episode here. So I think next time, what we're trying to do is actually land on something. See if we can get a whole mission there. Alright. Well, hope you guys enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.